Hey, what's up, everybody? This is DJ Keo, and I just saw this article, and it hurt my heart. And honestly, I thought about it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta make a video about this. Um, so I'm in DJMag.com, and they said 80% of clubs in the UK are gonna close by March without government support. And I'm thinking about the clubs here and the bars here that are already closed. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do a drive downtown probably this weekend, and I just want to drive by and just look at all the stores and stuff that's closed. I probably put a video. I'll probably make a video, like kind of a blog thing, me walking around downtown. But like, oh man, like, it just hurts. It hurts my heart. I don't think that these clubs in these ways are gonna come back. We're in a bad spot right now. People are rightfully so concerned about their health and stuff like that. And no one's in the mood to party and have a good time. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. There's people who are in the mood to do that, but with governments shutting down the way they did and the lack of support for the nighttime industry, this is one of the things that bothered me about this whole pandemic. And just, I don't think there was any real thought into like you have industries like businesses, like businesses that they sell widgets. I'm saying hypothetically right now, but I think you get my drift. So a business that they don't sell anything major, nothing important. These places can function on under a smaller staff, and even for the most part, a lot of these companies could just work from home and continue doing what they were doing. They have stores like Home Depot that where I live, they shut you can't shop in the store anymore. You have to buy online. And there's things that you could only get from Home Depot. You can't buy 2x4s off of Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to go to Home Depot. So like a big box store like Home Depot, they'll be fine. Even with the reduced capacity about of people who can be inside the store, they'll be fine because you need a power saw. You're gonna go to Home Depot or some kind of hardware store. You're not gonna buy it from Amazon. But there's a lot of things that you couldn't get from like clothing or whatever that you're just gonna buy online now. And but even in these situations, the government put thought into, okay, well, how can we help these guys? And even these guys got bailouts in some capacity, or people who worked in the company were able to get some kind of thing which took care of them. But like the nightlife industry, if they left them for dead, and it is just disgusting. It is disgusting. These guys account for, in some cases, over a third of the GDP from a country, especially a major city. Nightlife, I'm talking bars, clubs, restaurants, um, DJ venues, concerts. You go down the list, theaters, go down the whole list. These types of things where you have to be there in person. You have to, it's a cash based thing. It's a business. I'm trying to word it in a way that makes sense, but it's a business that you have to be there in person. And people who work in these places, they work off of tips at a restaurants and bars and clubs. It's a lot of the money that you get from your salary from being there is a peanuts compared to the money you make from tips from at the bar, because the people at the bar, bartenders, they split this up with bar backs and servers and this kind. They split this whole thing up. They kind of work in a pool. Everybody benefits from it, but these are things that I can't do this online. Everybody's trying to do a virtual concert and a virtual thing for virtual DJs to virtual DJ on somewhere on a virtual place, and it's just not the same. And these industries. We're talking billions of dollars that is lost from these industries. And it is it in you don't you people that are not in this platform. I want to say industry too many times. But you're not in this platform. They do not appreciate how much money goes through these places and how much money from these places make it to the economy for rent, for food and clothing and cars and gas and just whatever. And you've ripped it out of the economy. Like a third is a lot. You people countries go in recession after if there's negative growth for I can't remember how many months in a row for the economy. If you have negative growth in a couple months in a row, it's called a recession or a downturn. And to subtract, it doesn't matter if it's 5% or 10% is counted the same based on the negative growth. But to subtract a third of the overall economy, that includes the people selling widgets, that includes the Walmarts, that includes the Best Buys, people buying laptops and computers, whatever. A third of all of the economy is from nightlife, bars, restaurants, clubs, this type of stuff that you have to be in person that is cash based. A third of the entire economy is from this one area and it is going to go, if it hasn't gone poof already, it is going poof. I don't even know how many bars and lounges that have shut down for good already. And I mean, there's nothing they can do about it. And the thing that irritates me the most about it is that, and I alluded to it earlier, is that government never thought twice about, well, we need to deal with these people too. A lot of this, the loans and stuff like that, or even like things that the government was giving out to people, servers and bartenders and DJs were not eligible unless you treat it like a business and you file to your taxes and stuff. And even that, you have to make a certain amount of money from these things before even you're qualified for it. And like it's just I don't think they appreciated it. And we're in a point where the economy is retracted in a way where because we're not outdoors and the government has been throwing band-aids on top of band-aids on top of bandages on top of stitches on top of a band-aid for the last year and 2 months or one month, whatever. We haven't really looked at the wound yet. Let's be real here. We haven't honestly looked at what this thing how it's gonna scar over. It's just a mound of band-aids on top of each other. And this is the year people are gonna find out how bad it really is. And it's gonna be ugly. I don't think people are ready for it. If DJing was your sole business, good luck, my friend. Good luck. I think that if you were if only if all you did was DJ, I think that you're a fool if you haven't gotten to another job or start doing something else to kind of make ends meet because it's not going to come back the way it did if it comes back at all. Or you're one of those people who are doing illegal underground raves, and in that case, you're chilling, everything's fine. I shouldn't laugh about it, but it's true. Those guys, the underground raves, they're doing great. Like these guys are doing great. Gangbusters, they were doing. But I shouldn't laugh about that. But like, it's true. Uh, People wanted to go out and party and stuff. So you can come back DJing after everybody gets the shot from Bill Gates or whatever. What are you coming back to? I was talking to my friend about this the other day, and I was saying that they're gonna go back to warehouses and that kind of stuff. Back in the day, you couldn't, like, hip hop clubs and stuff like that. You couldn't. It was real difficult to let them rent it out to you to do a party or whatever. So enterprising DJs used to just rent a warehouse, like an empty warehouse, and you can control the entrance. There's bathrooms, and DJs used to roll in these speakers that go up to the ceiling. It's just, it used to be like just a wall of speakers and then a DJ, and kind of like how they have raves. It was like that, and they used to do soca fets. It's a soca party for my West Indians out there, and reggae and that kind of stuff. They used to rent a warehouse, and I think that we're gonna have to get back to that because a lot of warehouses are gonna be empty because there's no businesses using them, and they're just gonna have to go back to renting a warehouse and getting an empty parking lot in a park somewhere and doing that. We used to do this party in my city where they got permission to do it in a park, and it used to be during the day and a little bit into the night. It was over by a university, and there used to be thousands of people that used to go to this party, and it was free. The promoters put it on themselves for free. They worked together with sound companies to go get the speakers and generators and all this stuff like that. And these guys used to do it free every year. And I think that DJs are gonna have to go to an open park and start doing that, or a warehouse or something like that. And like, you're gonna get to the problems of, well, we can't serve alcohol, but bring your own. And just hide it in your jacket. Like, this is a lot of illegal stuff is gonna happen in these places. There's no places for people to play, and there's gonna be pent up frustration and to try and do something. And so I think that this is gonna go underground again. Maybe it's for the better for the music. The people can get back to the ground floor instead of the fancy clubs. They can get back to the people and do events that way. I've done some of them. I've gone to a bunch of them, and when you're younger, it's like, oh wow, this is great. There's no security. You can get robbed the second we walk out of here. But, girls came, guys came. Everybody had fun for the most part. There's a couple shootings, but overall it was decent. I didn't get shot at, but like, overall people had fun and they just kept coming back to them. I've been to a bunch of Soca Fest. They did this a Soca Fet where it's like a paint. Ah, that was a mess. It was fun though. Oh, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. But anyways, you gotta do stuff like that in a warehouse. But anyways, um, you know what? Let me know what you guys think about this. 80% of all clubs are going to be closing soon if they don't get support from the government by March. I think that number is even higher than we really know. They only surveyed 100 clubs. Uh, we've contracted. We lost a third of the economy, and a bunch of DJs are out of work. I think people lost their houses and cars and stuff. It's been brutal, and I don't expect it to get any better anytime soon. I think DJs learned early on that I can put my Cash App and I can stream this thing out on Twitch or Facebook, and I'm gonna make $5, and it's just not worth it. I think they learned it early on. Even people that had 100 or so people watching the stream, they weren't really making money outside of like D Nice and maybe Jazzy Jeff and a couple of these other really really big DJs who had names and followings before. I don't think, because the other problem that DJs have with the streaming to get away from the clubs was that the DJ, you're playing to other DJs and they're like, well, I'm not gonna pay this guy to play. I can do this myself. So like, you're not gonna make money from other DJs like this. Anyways, you know what? Let me know what you guys think about this down below. Uh, Also, if you want to support the channel, you can buy something from my t-shirt shop at teespring.com, DJ Keel store. If you could support the channel like that. And I'm begging, I gotta get my e-begging in. And Yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this, and please like and subscribe. And peace out. Boys.